What's going on, guys? Preston Talk here, back again. And this past week, Tommy and aka Aleister Black debuted in Dynamite. And the first thing that happened is these Jay Harnett's caliber getting confused. What do we call this guy? Like, there's so much miscommunication with the VPs of the company and Tony Khan. Like, they're not communicating with their commentators. Like, what do we call this guy? He's TOMMYEND. Is he Tommy Black? Is he MALAKi Black? Like, how you're trying to actually tell a story. You're trying to actually get people to actually invest into this character, actually get invested into and get people emotionally invested into the MALAKi Black character or TOMMYEND. But the first thing is, when your commentators are not on the same page and they're like, he's TOMMYEND, he's MALAKi Black. Like, what the fuck is his name? Like, communicate better. Like, the VPs of AEW, you've actually, Tony Khan, you signed this guy. You should be actually being a leader and actually saying, we're gonna call him this name, instead of being this whole fucking shit show fucking botch fest that we had when he came out. It's like, oh, he's MALAKi Black, but he's now TOMMYEND. He's like, what the fuck is his name? And then you're trying to actually make the audience establish who he is, because yes, a lot of hardcore fans watch AEW, but there's occasionally going to be casual fans that come in and go, I remember him from WWE. What's his name? And they're gonna go, what's it? And then they're gonna get confused. And my concern is, I don't mind him being in AEW, but the thing is, he's another guy that they signed that they've got only, as it stands right now, they only have one show, which is Dynamite. And they have so many people on the roster that eventually they're going to have to release some people. You know, they keep signing everybody and you know, pleasing everybody, saying, oh, we're signing all these WWE guys and whatever. But you don't have to book the talent that you have. And you look at some of the talent that you had. You had Britt Baker for a year, who was one of the best things in the women's division. You had to wait a year to put the title on her. And you have people like MJF and Brian and MJF, who's one of the best heels in the company, but you put the title on Kenny Omega. So, and then you do like this whole bad-ish storyline. You do this terrible storyline with Miro, where he's Kit Sabian's best friend and doesn't go anywhere. Nobody's actually buying into the storyline. And then you finally actually do something with Miro, and he's actually booked as a badass, and he's actually looking like a legit, incredible competitor in AEW. And you're just gonna have Aleister Black just in a stable now. And this is another thing I don't get. Why is it when any wrestler signs with AEW, they've got to automatically feud with the founder, Cody Rhodes? Like, Cody Rhodes instantly has to, oh my god, like, is there like a little bit in the small print where, if you sign this, read the small print, because I'm going to actually, the first feud is going to be Cody Rhodes. Like, what the fuck? This man's ego is so fucking big. Like, he has to inject himself into a major feud. Whatever feud's on television, he has to be in a bigger feud. Look at the Anthony Ogogo thing. Look at the QT Marshall. Look at the thing with Jericho. Look at the thing with whoever, MJF. Cody's got to be the front and center of that. He's got to be front and center of the whole. Oh, I've got to be part of it. And you know, he's a lot. He's becoming a lot like Jeff Jarrett, where, as you guys know from the early TNA days, he would you would put the world title on him, and whoever would come in, if it was a Sting, Steiner, whoever, they automatically would have to lose to Jeff Jarrett, and Jeff Jarrett would have to go over clean or by screw finish. And same thing with Cody Rhodes. And I know he's put over some people, but like Darby Allin, but I don't get why would MALAKi Black feud with Cody Rhodes? What does that actually benefit for both? It doesn't. Their personalities and their characters don't really mix. Like, why would they be feuding? Now, on television next week, they may try their best to explain why they're feuding. But if you want to have him to feud with somebody, have him feud with somebody like a Darby Allin or a Sting. Now, with Darby Allin and Sting, I could see that, because they're both kind of the same character. They had the same vibe, the same personality, and that makes sense. But feuding with Cody Rhodes just because Cody Rhodes wants to play politics, and insert myself into a feud because I'm Cody Rhodes and I'm gonna actually make myself an actual reality TV star, because let's remember, he's got his reality TV show, Rose to the Top, so he's gonna get some content for that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Tommy and Malachi Black signing with AEW. Peace, guys.